Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Quadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well, right? To the elder bishops in Connecticut, the priests, the bishops, the priests, the teachers, the evangelists out there on the four winds preaching the truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, the elect Shalom, to the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold, Shalom. To you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This your brother Aram Yahawada with the lesson. And let's get to it. It says Chicago Jump Out Boys took black man's life, which were not black, right? We're Israelites, right? And there's no such thing as black. That's a social construct that Esau has made, right? Because he's definitely not white, right? You could take a white paint, and his skin does not look like white paint. You could take a white piece of paper, and his skin does not look like that white piece of paper. Just like you could take a, what do they say, you're blacker than coal. Or take a piece of coal and put it up to a so-called black man's skin. It's not at that dark, right? You're not black as the black paint, right? You're not. You have a black car. Your skin tone is not the color of a car, no matter how dark you are, right? You could be blue black, almost blurple, right? But your skin is not black like that, right? It just do not begin to make sense. But that's one of those social constructs you gotta. And sometimes I say it for the simple, right? You know what I mean? It says life over a seatbelt violation. So these are the things that's so we're gonna get it back into that times, right? Because the Apostle Har coined this the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, and these are one of these key aspects that you need to start to happen in order for Jacob's trouble to come in. So they don't even know what they're doing, but at the end of the day, these are things that need to happen, right? Whether you like it or love it, these are things that need to happen, because you Jakes ain't gonna riot over this guy right here, right? Watch this.
On March 21st of this year, a 26-year-old black man by the name of Dexter Reed was gunned down by a Chicago plainclothes unit. Some people call that particular unit the Jump Out Boys because they jump out of plain marked vehicles and plain clothes, so meaning they're not in a police car or police uniform, and they usually run up on a suspect or a motorist, and it catches that motorist off guard. And so apparently that's what happened with Dexter Reed. Now, this particular plainclothes unit said that they saw him driving without a seatbelt. Now, a lot of experts who have looked at the video, which we won't show you here because it's really graphic, said how in the world could they have even seen that, because he had darkly tinted windows. And so what's really going on here? Why did they really stop him? Now, of course, his family is asking the same questions. What really happened? Now, on the stop in question, they went up to Dexter's vehicle, and you can hear him saying, "What's going on? Who are you?" You know, things like that. As again, they don't have on a police uniform, and they're screaming and hollering, you know, "Get out of the car," and all this other stuff, which it sounds like he refused the commands. And so a shot rang out. Now, they, being the police, are saying Dexter shot them. Now, this is allegedly, because experts who have looked at it says, well, we don't see that, right? And also, after they shot into and at his vehicle 96 times within 41 seconds, they, being one of the police officers who did the shooting, she went up to him, saying basically, give us the gun, let go of the gun. Now, mind you, he's lying face down. And when they moved his hands to handcuff him, mind you, there was no gun. They said, oh, well, we did find a gun in, I think it was the passenger side of the vehicle, but he did not have a gun in his hand.
Right, which don't make sense because he's not in the passenger side. He was on the driver's side. So if the officer goes up and says, let go of the gun, but then you go, oh, later on, no, we found the gun on the passenger side. Well, the passenger side is not the driver's side where he's sitting at, right? To tell him to let go of the gun on the driver's side, right? So how did you get it way on the? Yeah, so don't make sense right there.
Now, it said that those 96 shots came from 4 officers, right? Now, one of the officers was shot in the wrist, but they said it's non-life threatening and that he's going to be okay. And so
96, it was probably friendly fire, right? Most likely, right? One of your own part, y'all just got the shooting. One of your own people shot you in the hand. Or the bullet ricocheted off the car and hit you in the hand, right?
Chicago Office of Police Accountability is saying, wait a minute now, something is not right here, because that's a lot of force to be dealing with somebody over a seatbelt violation. And so those 4 officers are on administrative leave for 30 days. But there are some in the community saying that, they don't need to be on leave. They don't need to be police officers at all. And in fact, the state attorney, Kim Foxx, is looking into criminal charges being brought against those officers because, again, how do you shoot almost 90 bullets into and around a person's vehicle, killing them over a seatbelt violation? And so, of course, we've heard a lot about plainclothes police officers. We saw it with Eric Gardner in New York and Tyree Nichols in Tennessee, where they are caught off guard. And so those particular...
Hey, you seen it through the George Floyd so-called demonstration, right? They were plainclothes people were jumping out, snatching people and throwing them in the car and just taking off with them. Hey, man. Hey, this thing is about to get real soon. Hey, this Jacob's trouble is, it's around the corner.
As a lot of experts who were watching the body cam footage, or I guess the footage that was in those cars, they said as they were racing to try to pull over Dexter, said they were on, their adrenaline was high, like, yeah, just really aggressive, like, almost just like bloodthirsty for the stop. But again, it's like, why are you all ramped up like that if it's a seatbelt violation? If it's a seatbelt violation, you don't need the jump out boys to do all of that. You have an officer, hey, we see, you don't have a seatbelt. We're going to give you a citation. Go about your merry way. But to take somebody's life and use 96 bullets to do it, yeah, I think something is really off there. But they said, of course, there in Chicago, that police stops of, and they say black and brown men have gone up. They said in 2015, it was about 100,000, but now it's 500,000. And again, disproportionately, it is black people.
Right, black and brown, right? People get wrapped up in that black thing. Black, right? Which you're not black. You're all brown, but you're all the Israelites too, right? You're the Israelites. I mean, it's been said and said again and said again, but hey, look. You want to push the white man's narrative and keep calling yourself black, keep calling yourself Mexican and Puerto Rican and Dominican and Native American. Hey, look, the Lord ain't looking for those people, right? The Lord ain't looking for that. He's looking for the Israelites, man. Right? He's looking for those who are re-educated within the truth, not re-educated within Esau's system, because that's ultimately what is about to happen, right? The world as you know it is about to be disrupted by a lot of police killings and killings just in general, right? right? These race wars, these riots, right? The pushing of the charagma, the Karaks, the Engrapho, yeah, the mark of the beast. You know what I mean? Just to give you an example, things is about to turn up, right?
So that's never good. If you ask me, those particular units need to be disbanded because, yeah, if most people are getting pulled over, they're thinking it's going to be a siren, a police car, and a police officer. But those cats there, yeah, they tend to do the most. And so, of course, people are caught off guard. But, of course, it is all under investigation. And the police union, they're upset with COPA because they're saying, oh, well, you're pitting the community against the police and, by saying these things, and these officers were heroic and, neutralizing, if you will, the threat, for lack of better words. And so it remains to be seen what's going to happen. But what I'm really interested in is, what is Mayor Brandon Johnson going to say?
Says they're heroic. 96 bullets. Even if he had a gun, there's no reason that every single officer needed to shoot. You may have, a point. You may put two officers, one on one side, one on the other side, and maybe the two officers, if anything happened, the two officers need to shoot. Right? And then you have the other two in, like, what they call it, flank backwards in the back of them, in case something happens. If you're going to have that many officers, it's crazy that there's even 4 officers. Yeah, especially for a seatbelt stop. That doesn't even goddamn make sense, right? But hey, yeah, let's see what this the.
Is he going to take a step away from trying to save the migrants to really give the attention that this case needs and bring justice to another black man who has senselessly lost his life due to his overly zealous and jumpy police force, because the police force is under his command? So I'm waiting to see what he will do and what he will say, more so of what he will do. So anyway, y'all tell me what you think it is. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe.
Right, yeah. You want to see what he is over the migrants, but a lot of those migrants are your people too. They're Israelites, but then you got these other Moabites and Hamites and some other all sorts of people in there. Now, but that is the place. Was it? I think it was Illinois. The Supreme Court in Illinois was the one who said that it was a to give them rights, that the migrants could have rights to have guns, right? But if you're a black man, a so-called black man, driving in your neighborhood where you grew up at, the place you've been your whole life, driving, their thing is to pull you over for a seatbelt, and if you have a gun, they got to shoot you 96 times. But then they just made it legal that migrants can have guns. Hey, man, this is the time that Jacob's trouble, because you're gonna have a lot of because you hear what she's even saying. Well, look, is he gonna pull away from saving the migrants? And what about us? And so it's gonna be a lot of bitter and bickering and things about all these different things that's going on, about how they're giving this funding to the migrants, and yeah, this is the things that's gonna start these race wars, man. Right there, the Egyptian against the Egyptian, right? Yeah, so this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 70, right? Because when she was saying that about how they were like racing, they had this little rage about them. They were all zealous, hyper enthusiasts, right? To kill a Jake, right? So, that's what this is coming to. So it says, for there shall be in every place and in every city, right? In Babylon the Great, every city, right? There ain't a city that these police ain't out there like that. That they don't got these same type of jump out boys, in these plain clothes with these plain vehicles, and I've been seeing it myself because I live in Arizona, and I've been seeing the increase of unmarked cars like none other, like it's never been before. It's a lot. It is way more unmarked cars than there's ever been ever in history in my life, and I'm 42 years old, and in my 42 years of living, I've never seen so many unmarked cars ever. Right? So this is the thing that they're doing, and this is the thing that's happening in every city in the U.S. because they're cranking towards this Jacob's trouble, right? Right? A great insurrection, right? See, that's what's coming, man. A great insurrection because, hey, you see what they did to Trump's people. What did they call it? An insurrection, right? And it was all a setup because every citizen is already an enemy of the state, right? Because if you're not following, they just automatically going to assume that you're not going to follow with the program of the New World Order. So they're going to have to beat it in you. They're going to have to leave you without, right? Which they show you their bosses, which is Israel. The main puppet master is over there in Israel somewhere, right? Whoever that person truly really is, and they're not feeding the people in Gaza. You know, they want you to care about their plight and what happened to them. They even made, after what's his name, Kyrie did whatever, said some things about us being, the people of the Bible. They turned around and made pretty much all the NBA visit so-called Jewish museums for basically for a re-education, saying you you N-words bet not think about it because we went through the Holocaust, right? Which that's no here nor there, because there's a lot of scrutiny with the whole thing with the Holocaust. And there's plenty of people that came out with the facts. But they'll still send you jakes into the so-called museums to say, hey, none of you bet not open your mouth like Kyrie did. Because we're going to show you we have the power, right? And so that's what they're doing, that insurrection, right? While they're over there bombing Gaza and not feeding those people, how much more would they do that to over here in America? Pretty sure there ain't going to be any food. They're not going to care to feed you. It's going to be an insurrection, right? Let's go into that word insurrection. It says insurrection dictionary.
Insurrection.
It says a violent uprising against an authority or government, right? Because what? People are getting tired of the police shooting us and coming up with a BS excuse. Oh yeah, it was a seatbelt. Whoa. His windows were very tinted, so I don't know how you seen if he didn't have a seatbelt or not. And if he didn't have a seatbelt, does it warrant 96 bullets for not having a seatbelt? And did you have to race? Because it said that you were racing from the video. So you had 3 to 4 cars racing towards him, stopping him for a seatbelt. So is that a wise way of spending the taxpayer's dollar? Which you don't give a damn about spending. The taxpayer dollars goes to these wars, and it goes to go pay Amalek, man. You don't really give a damn about us. That's why the streets and the roads and the bridges is all messed up, right? That's why you could pretend to have a shipwreck and hit and hit a bridge, a major bridge that brings in the food, right? See, but that's going to bring in what? A violent uprising against an authority or government. The insurrection was savagely put down. Hey, that's what Esau planned to do, right? Yeah, you're gonna rise up, and they plan on savagely putting you back down, right? Rebellion, revolt, uprising, mutiny, an open rebellion. The purpose, proper authorities against the proper authorities, especially by soldiers or sailors against their officers, right? Hey, you could probably have a lot of that too, right? Old ex-military or even military, because they're seeing the BS, man, and they went and so-called fought for their country, and we really ultimately believed in that American dream, the lies that they told us, man, right? Yeah, so a violent uprising against the government, right, upon those that fear the Lord, right? So really, the government that they're uprising against is really what? The Most High's government, Yahweh Shai's government, right? Because that's the true government that's coming to take over, right? That's the true power that's coming to take over, and they don't want that, right? They shall be like madmen, sparing none, right? And that reminded me of that right there, right? She said they came with this rage and they're racing and driving. Oh my God. Which they wasn't doing all that for a seatbelt, right? But still spoiling, right? Spoiling means to steal, take away. They spoiled. They took that man's life before his time, right? And then it's just like normal. He was a prominent person. And who knows if they're not targeting that? He was doing good in school. I think they said he was up for some type of scholarship or something. He was going to college for basketball, football, or something that they were saying. And he was actually a decent person, right? As far as what we know, right? As far as what was going on. As far as Jake is concerned, hey, it ain't a lot of Jakes get to go to college and, So you would say that's decent, like, hey, shit, yeah. But spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh, right? And I don't know if he actually feared the Most High, but he's a Jake, so every Jake has some type of connection to the Most High, right? They have some type of thing, whether they're searching for the Lord and they're actually really in Islam, or they got misled into Christianity or Islam, or these other things, but they're searching for the truth, right? But the Lord said the rest were blinded, but only the elect have received it, right? So we know that there's going to be Jakes that's seeking for the Lord, seeking for some truth, and they got a connection, they got a zeal to a degree of having that spiritual fear of the Lord, of God. Whether they're misled or not, you're Jakes, you're gonna have that. So I don't know if he knew about the truth or not, but for they shall waste and take away, right? So they wasted this man, right? That's another way of saying you killed somebody, right? Back in the day, they used to say that they wasted him, right? They wasted him and took away their goods, right? And that was in a sense. I mean, your goods is really like your your food, your water, your essentials to survive, like the roof over your head. These are things essential for you to. But the breath in your lungs is essential for you to breathe, right? The soul that's in your body is essential for you to live. So hey, they took away the good, right, and spoiled them. They wasted them and took away their goods and cast them out of their houses, right? And your I think it's called abode, right? And your body is just a house. So they shot them and took the spirit out of that house, right? So to speak. This is talking about them taking away your actual goods, but like I said, your water, your shelter, your food, taking away your goods in that manner. Even your wife. When women is known as goods, right? Because women are trading items, right? And you're gonna see that, like, all these women trying to get put on these pedestals and all these things. You're gonna find out you're just trading items, right? Hey, you're just goods, right? So, but regardless, going into that. Yeah. So this is a dictionary. Abode. A place of residence, a house or home. My humble abode, right? Yeah, so this is 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 2. Here indeed in this present abode, right? Which is saying a house, a home, resident, body, right? So it's letting you know abode is actually talking about your body, right? Your spirit, your body is a house for your spirit. We sigh and groan inwardly because we yearn to be clothed over. We yearn to put on our celestial body like a garment, right? Because the celestial body is still going to cover. It's just going to be a home for your soul. It's going to cover it and be an abode for your celestial body, right? And your spirit's going to be inside that body, right? That's why people think that the in the spiritual realm you're just walking around and just flying around like a spirit or something, but that's not what it's saying. You have to put on another body, a celestial body, to be fitted out with our heavenly dwelling, right? So where you live at, your home, your abode, your heavenly dwelling, a celestial body, right? Which is an abode. So they shot him up, took him out his home, right? The spirit. Yeah, so this is the New York Times, right? About the same kid, Dexter Reed Jr., right? Police officers stopped Dexter Reed Jr. last month and fired 96 times after he fired first, which they say. But this is a kid that's going to college, going to school, right? But then, what's to say, Chicago is a very dangerous place. You're jumping out in plain clothes. You're just jumping out in front of them. If you did have a gun, you would probably shoot at that. You know what I mean? So just jump. Get out, get out, get out, get out. Not announcing themselves. They're not saying that they're the police. They're not saying that they're anything. People get kidnapped every day. Right? And it don't even matter what age you are. Because they're spinning the narrative as it's just little kids that's getting. But it's from little kids to grown adults that get kidnapped on a daily basis and never found again. So you mean These men with guns are jumping out, not announcing themselves, just saying, get out, get out, get out, get out. Not saying anything. If he did, which we're seeing that reports are saying that he did not have a gun, but this one is trying to say, oh yeah, he fired first. After he fired first and wounded an officer, investigators say, right? Which, from what the video we seen earlier, was, this is BS. Because look at this guy. He's going to school. He's good. He's a good kid as far as we know of, right? What this guy is doing, a person going to school like this and furthering his career, trying to further himself, it's not looking to be in some shootout, right? So that is probably most likely very hard to believe, but they're gonna keep investigating on this, right? But I did this to show you that for the most part he's good. He's good, right?
11:32. Unlock the doors now. Unlock the doors. Unit 11. Well, I got a person with us in 35 West Broadway. Open the door now. Open the door now. Fire! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Police!
So they all four jumped in this one car. Then another car came. They all jumped in this car. They're driving fast. All for a seatbelt. This is why they said they pulled them over. Look, this dude's anxious. Look, he waiting to freaking lock the door, jump out.
Roll the windows down. Roll the window down, man. Roll the window down. What are you doing?
Roll this one down.
Roll that one down too. Hey, don't roll the window up. Don't roll the window up.
Okay.
Do not roll the window up.
Do not fucking roll it
Unlock
up.
the doors
Open
now.
the fucking door.
Unlock the doors
Open
now.
the fucking door.
Unlock the doors now. Open the door now. Open the door now. Open the door now. 1164 David, shots fired, shots fired. Hey! Hey! Shots fired. Ferdinand Neighbors, 10-1, 10-1.
David's the first that shot fire.
Hey! Officers hit. He's right here. He's good. Hands. Hey, I'm moving in. Hey, who's got me? Who's got me?
I got you. Come on.
Dude, don't fucking move. Don't fucking move. Fuck. Fuck.
Don't move! Don't move! Hey, don't move! Come on, hold on. Hey, we need EMS here now! EMS here now! Okay, he's still breathing. Hey, you got us?
Watch us.
Hey, don't fucking move! Do not fucking move! I don't know where the gun is. I don't know where the gun is.
He started shooting at us.
Hey, dude, let go of the gun. Let go of the gun. Let go of the gun. I got this hand. Put it in cuffs. Put it in cuffs.
Oh, crap!
Hey, chill.
Come on.
Hey, you good? You're right. Hey, you're good. You're good, okay?
I'm good.
You're good.
It's just my hand.
Okay, just breathe.
Fuck. And my gun is over there.
Where is it? Where is it?
Down over there.
Hey, St. Lucy's gun is somewhere.
Yeah, that's my
Look,
gun.
we have it.
Information on it?
You're good. Just do it like how it is. Come here, Ian.
Take it up. Come on.
Sit down. Sit down. You're good. Sit down. Fuck. You're good. I don't think he's hit. He's past your legs now? Lay down.
Nothing on you.
Just breathe. Okay, but just breathe. Just breathe.
Just got blood on you.
Okay, just stop.
Oh, these are my favorite pants.
I know. Relax. You're good.
Hey, let me get up.
He's not.
Somebody else is fine. You're good.
Thanos, don't move too much.
Is St. Louis okay?
He's okay. Look at me.
Is St. Louis okay?
Look at me.
Hey, watch the crowd. Watch the crowd. Hey, breathe. Let me in my house. Hey, look at this air.
Nobody say anything. Do you hear me?
How's she off?
He's right there. It's just his hand.
Start shooting him? Yeah. He's officer over there. You got gloves, go. Yeah. Here.
Spanish. We all need to.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Charge over Relax. Yes, firing around. Oh my God.
You guys just go in the car. Go like that. Because he's going to smoke. You good? Are you good? He's on the grass. He's on the grass. John, you're going to sit with him.
Where's Spanos? Where's Spanos?
You guys.
Tommy.
I think that's the one I want to. I already went to that one. Maybe it was that one I didn't go to.
Let go.
He started shooting at
Yeah. Well, regardless, this is all supposed to be over a seatbelt violation. And they said he fired at him first, but you heard a shot, but you couldn't tell if it came from him. Right? Because that would be an awkward position to fire from. That'd be a dumb position to fire from. You got freaking 8 or 9 cops around you. You're sitting down with nowhere to go. I mean, that's not a smart decision to shoot at the cops from that position. Then even if he did get out, because which they making it seem like he got out of there, there was cops on this side, so I don't know how that even happened. But yeah, so this is Isaiah 57:1. The righteous perish, and no man lay at the heart. So this guy was supposed to be going to school, doing the right thing as far as his family and friends are concerned, right? I mean, from what they saying that they heard, they didn't find a weapon, but they're saying there was a weapon. I mean, and that's, the possibilities of, either or is definitely possible. But, him being the Israelite, regardless, he is righteous, and the righteous perish, and no man lay it to heart. Right? No, they don't care that there's been a uprise or uptick in police shootings to brown people. I don't want to say black and brown. I'm just going to say brown people, Israelites, right? To the Israelites, right? Whether you know it or not, you're the Israelites, right? Right? You haven't come to your full understanding, but hey, that doesn't change the facts that you're Israelites, right? You're in a Gentile state of mind, but you're still Israelites, right? And merciful men are taken away. So anyone who do kind of show some type of pity on us, this and that, they'll either get killed or get put part of that council culture, right? Nor considering the righteous is taken away from the evil to come, right? So that's like sometimes it's a mercy kill. So sometimes you gotta consider that. Sometimes you have to consider that the Lord is doing that for a mercy kill, because there's greater evils that's going to come upon this earth than that one situation. But a lot of people don't even consider that there's a thing like that. Why? Because you've been taught by the precepts of men, right? He shall enter into peace, right? Which that means the kingdom of heaven is going to enter into the fourth dimension, right? And they shall rest in their beds, right? Give them actual rest, in the time of, like I said, leaving that abode, right? That body, that flesh body, and putting on the celestial body. You're going to enter into that, right? Into that celestial body and be at rest. Everyone walking in his righteousness, right? They're going to be in righteousness within the kingdom of heaven in that celestial body, right? Right. So this is Proverbs chapter 12, verse 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, right? Because you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, you're the Israelites, and there's a natural thing in for you to be righteous, to have a forgiving spirit, right? Because the self-proclaimed so-called white man, which is Esau, Edom, have raped, robbed, murdered you, and all you ever ask them to do is to love them like they love their own, right? Just treat you like a citizen of whatever respective place that you're there, wherever you live, right? Because that situation don't happen to white boys, right? You don't hear about, this is supposed to be the melting pot, right? So this should be like an ongoing thing throughout wherever you go, right? I don't know, they just pulled him over for a seatbelt, and yeah, I just shot up this Chinese boy. Yeah, I just shot up this white boy. And then this is the great melting pot. So this should be happening, and it shouldn't seem like it's an isolated thing, right? But guess what? You're forgiving. You all have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge, right? Right? You're more righteous than your neighbor, but the ways of the wicked seduceth them. So maybe your boy had a gun, but he lives in Chicago, right? One of the most dangerous places on the planet. If I lived in Chicago, I would definitely ride around with my gun, legal or not illegal, legal or not legal. You would need it, right? I don't think you would shoot at the police like that. I don't know about the guy's record. It looked like, from what we've seen, the pictures that they show he was going to college. I think they say he got some type of scholarship. doesn't really seem like the likeliness of a person that will start shooting at so many police officers. You know what I mean? I can see, okay, maybe he was on the wrong path. He kicking it with wrong people, even though he was still going to the college thing. And just maybe just by happenstance, because, you know, hey, the ways of the wicked have seduced our people to follow down a wrong path, right? But you would not shoot at that many police. There was way too many police officers. And then when you look at the video, the chick was bagging up before anything happened. They all backed up. Then it was like, shots fired, shots fired. Why did they back up so far and then start shooting? It wasn't like you seen a gun. She was still telling the guy to open the door and roll down the window. All while telling him to open the door and roll down the window, she backs up. Open the door, open the door, open the door. And then it was like, yeah, let's shoot now. He don't want to open the door like we told him to. He don't want to do it. He don't want to apply what we say. So let's just shoot him. That's what it looks like to me. But hey, who knows? It's a weird thing in the video. He ended up on the other side of the car, out of the driver's seat, out of the car, on the ground. But then there was a lot going on that you can't tell what happened. Because even the other guy who video cam was closer to the thing, they had him spin around. He walked away. So what's to say they didn't pull him out of the car, because there was a time where the shooting stopped. Right? And then all of a sudden it started again. You mean all this was happening from one person and you really didn't hear any return fire? You know what I mean? Because while they going, pop, 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 pop. Yeah, while they were just going away with the shooting, that's not the time to shoot. The time to shoot is once you hear the shooting stop. And then you'll come up, pop, pop, wherever. It's not going to sound like theirs, where there was multiple gunshots all at one time. It's one person with one gun. So you might hear pop, boom, 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 boom. But you didn't hear that. Right? So the whole thing is they think you're stupid too, on top of it. But yeah. The ways of the wicked seduce you, man. This is Isaiah chapter 57, verse 3, right? Keep continuing on from 57:2 to 57:3. But draw near hither, ye sons of the sorceries, the seed of adulterers and whores, right? Because you Israelites, the Lord is telling you to repent and come back. Turn away from that, right? Because that's the way you have went down. You have went down the ways of wickedness, and they have seduced you. And now you think you have to be a gangbanger, drug dealer, whatever it is, right? Which, like I said, I'm not counting out that he didn't shoot at the police, but you didn't really hear any return fire. It was weird that they were already backing up before any shots were fired. Right? It just doesn't seem right. It just don't make sense. And then they were saying for a seatbelt, but when you could see the first lady, when she was there, she just kept telling them to roll down this window, open the door. Nothing was about, hey, we're stopping you for a seatbelt. So that was definitely an unjust stop, right? But let's say, you Jakes like to be about this world, so you the Lord saying that you have become sons of the sorcerer, right? Of Babylon, these Chaldeans, right? You become sons of this Babylonian, this Chaldean mindset, right? Molly Percocet, right? I'm on the hood, I'll shoot you up, right? You got all them, you Jakes that think it's cool to be gangsters, man. Right? Against whom do ye sport yourselves? Right? Who sport, right? Who are you coming against? Right? Let's look that up. It says Isaiah 57:4. Do ye sport yourself?
Strong's H 6026. A nag.
A nag, to be soft, to be delicate, be dainty, right? So basically, it's like who do you show yourself kind to, right? To be happy about. In corset delight. I don't know if I can say that. In corset delight. Make merry over. Make sport of. Right. Right. So who makes you happy, right? So against whom do ye sport yourselves, right? To make yourself kinder or gentler, right? Against whom make ye a wide mouth, right? Right, to talk against, speak utterance against, and to draw out the tongue. Are ye not children of transgression and seeds of falsehood, right? So you're speaking against the Lord, but you're showing yourself kind into this world, into the ways of drug dealing, gang banging, the ways of Esau. You want to vote, you want to say, please, Mr. White Man, love me, right? Right? Inflaming yourselves with idols, right? You want to love Cesare Borgia. You want to be part of walking around the cobblestone 7 times, which a lot of you've never did. You never even took a journey to Mecca, so you don't even know what you believe in, right? Right? You just say, I'm a Muslim, right? Under every green tree, slay the children, right? And ultimately, anytime you keep following these ways, these lifestyles, and you're just leading your own children, you're slaying your own children. You may not be doing it personally, or because some of you are. You're going to the, what do you call it? Doing the abortions and things like that, which they're trying to stop the abortions, but that's really for them. They're trying to stop the abortions because it's not enough of the white people being born. So what they're trying to do is stop the white women who do get abortions. They're trying to stop them from making it possible for them to even get abortions. But at the same time, guess what that makes it for you? The so-called black people that want to get abortions, then that makes you not be, and we're already outpopulating them. So it's gonna be, so their thing is, hey, they gotta kill you. They got to kill more of you. Right? They're going to be madmen sparing none. But also you do this thing to yourselves. Right? Under every green tree slay your children in the right? You're gang banging. Yeah, you slay your own brothers and sisters. I'm a GD, I'm Vice Lord, I'm Crip, I'm Blood, I'm what is it, Latin Kings, and I'm this and I'm that, right? I mean, MS-13 and whatever these things are, right? You know? You're slaying your own children in the valleys under the cliffs of the rocks, right? In which, hey, America, they exalt their all these buildings as cliffs and rocks. Those are man-made mountains, right? So you're murdering your children right underneath the city with all this pride, right? Yeah. So this is 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 6. The Lord Yahweh, right, which all caps is Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, killeth and maketh alive, right? So really the Lord killeth and he maketh alive. So none of these things happen unless the Lord sanctions it. But see, these are the things, that's why the Lord said you have a wide mouth. So you speak against the Lord or you speak against righteousness, right? But you don't want to actually do what it takes. The Lord said, come back. Get away from all the adulteresses and all the witchcraft, like selling drugs and doing all these things that you shouldn't be doing. The Lord said, come to me while the time is nigh. Right? But we're going to come into a time of Jacob's trouble. And it's going to be too dang late. Even it's too dang late for this brother, man. He's already shot up and dead now. Over nothing. But over something, right? You had your sins, your life from before, and the things you've done in this life. Plenty of reasons that the Lord can kill you. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave. See, the Lord would take you to the grave, man. Right? Which is hell. Right? Right? The grave is hell. Right? We could prove that. Let's see, same thing. 1 Samuel 2 and 6. I'm going to this translation. Right? And grave.
Strong's H 7585. Sheol. And second entry, Sheol.
Yeah. Sheol, right? Underworld, grave, hell, pit. So hell is not a place that you're burning and burning forever, right? With the devil with a pitchfork and he's red and he's just laughing, ha 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 ha, you're burning forever. No, that's all make believe, right? Hell is just the grave, man, just a pit. So the Lord will bring you to hell, right? And hell is also a condition, right? Yeah, so the Lord will bring you down to hell and bring you up, right? The Lord could bring you, put you into hell and bring you up out of it. It's just that simple. Put you in the grave, the Lord could bring you up out of the grave. Lord put you in a low condition, being in the ghettos, the vadios, and the reservation, and now he's raising us up with the righteous mentality that the kingdom that is at hand is about to pass away, and we're the kingdom that followeth, that's going to be forever. Esau's the end of this world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, right? Having a righteous and a royal mentality, man. The Lord maketh poor, right? So I'm poor, I'm in the ghetto, I have nothing. Hey, the Lord did it, man. You're supposed to be grateful, man. And maketh rich. Hey, the Lord can, I've got my money, but guess what? I'm still going to praise Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. I'm never going to veer from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bashem Rakakadash, no matter how much money I got. Right? Right? He bringeth low and lifteth up. Right? Which a lot of people in this society, in this world, the only way you can have that type of money is you have to bow down to Esau, right? And you got to do some debaucheries, man. Which we're quickly finding that out while they're exposing P. Diddy. But everybody's starting to really see with this exposure to P. Diddy what it all in details and for you to be famous. See, they think you could just leave it at P. Diddy or Puff Daddy or whatever. But people are starting to expand and saying, hey, no, this is the whole entire industry. The Beatles, the Temptations, Michael Jackson, rock and roll, Aerosmith, Green Day, Hollywood, Will Ferrell, to your what's his name? Richard Pryor's. All these people, they all have to be involved in this. Even these so-called Christian, these gospel singers. You mean tell me that what you call them ain't dressing like some fairy? What's his name? God dang, what's his name? Fred. I just seen the thing today. I was just like, this dude. The dude Stomp. Stomp. Yeah, that guy. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous, right? So the Lord maketh poor, he maketh rich, he bringeth low, he lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dung, out of the dust, and lifteth the beggar out of the dunghill. Right? The Lord, the one, could take you from the ghettos, the vadios, the reservations. Right? To set them among the princes, which that's what he's setting up now, man. This world is about to pass away. Jacob's trouble is right around the corner. This is the beginning of Jacob's trouble right here. Right? It's sad that it has to happen, but it's just a glad moment, really. We need these type of things to happen in order for the Lord to bring in the kingdom of heaven. To set up them among the princes, right? We're going to be in rulership, prince, and maketh them error the throne of glory, right? So we're going to be the representation of the glory of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for the pillars of the earth, right? Putting forth judgment, where we're going to be the actual true strongholds, the pillars, the things that hold everything in place as judges, as judges on the earth, of the earth. Pillars of the earth are Yahweh's, right? We belong to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And he, starting with Yahweh Shai, right? Because he's the firstborn of the first fruits. He's the first one. So this is Yahweh Shai's kingdom. And we're all planning to be joint heirs or recipients to Yahweh Shai's obedience to the Most High. Right? And he have set the world upon them, right? Starting with Yahweh Shai. But this is talking about the elect, man. The Lord is going to give the world to the elect, man. Yeah, this is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. Seeing now that even I am he, right? I am, which really means he is, right? The existing one, he exists, the existing one, which is Yahweh, right? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, which is his son, Bashem Rakal Kadash, which the way that they move the angels do their bidding, whether they're the evil angels or the good angels do the Lord's bidding, and that's what makes things happen. That's why there's good and evil on the planet. And there is no God, right? So the things that you call God, Buddha, Allah, Jesus, Jehovah, Jah, whatever nonsense you people make up, right? Right? Shiva, whatever you come up with, those are no gods. Those are all idols. They can't breathe, they can't walk, they can't talk. They have no power. Right? There is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. That's the Most High. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. He killeth, he maketh alive. I wound, right, and give you a disease. And I heal, and the Lord can heal you from that disease. Right? He could put you in the ghettos, the vadios, the reservations, and he can pull you up out of that. Which that's what the Lord is working on, like I said, now. We're in the world, but not of the world, man. So it says, I wound and I heal, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And that's the same thing Yahushua said. Lord, that he has the elect in his right hand, and none can take him out. Right? The elect is going to prevail. Right? And I lifted up my hand to heaven and said, I live forever. That's the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai lives forever. Or he exists, the existing one has always existed and lives forever. And always have. And if I wet my glittering sword, right, which the glittering sword is ultimately the ICBM missiles, but it's also these other things, right? The famine, the wild beast, the pestilence, right? The beatings, the race wars, right? School shootings, the police shootings. These are all the Lord's swords, man. By way he judge, especially you Jakes. But he's going to judge the whole world by these means, right? So it says, and my hand take hold on judgment. See, and the Lord is through his son, Yahushua is coming to judge the whole world, the quick and the dead. Yahushua is Hamashiach. And I will render, right, to give unto you vengeance. I will render vengeance to my enemies. And the major enemy is Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed so-called white man. But you Jakes have became the enemy of the Most High too. The Lord said you have widened your mouth against him. You have talked against him, and you have pulled out your tongue to say vile things against the Most High and his men, right? Dude could have drove by a camp not too long before that and cussed out one of the men of the Lord. He might have walked by Elder Malcolm and said, F you, you Israelites. Jumped in his car, put his gun on his lap, drove off. Next you know, these cops are pulling him over. He like, what the heck? Where's this coming from? He didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? Like I said, he looked like he was a college kid doing things good, whatever. I don't know. But he could have been into some things. Could have had some bodies on that gun. So maybe he shot. So trying to get out of there, trying to run, maybe try to throw the gun. Because his bodies, he ain't never getting out of that. Even if he ain't the one who did the bodies. Hey, yo, bro, I know you good. Da-da-da-da-da. You don't got no record. Hey, man, hold this for me because I got bodies on this. I'm trying not to get caught up. So you doing this a favor for a friend. Hey, and then now you're getting pulled over with this gun that got plenty of bodies on it. And the other guy ain't going to step up and say, hey, that's actually my gun. That guy's finna go to college. He's going to be somebody in his life. So, let that I want that to fall upon me because that was my gun, you know, or whatever. But like I said, they was actually saying, from the video we seen before, they were saying they didn't find the gun. But they kept talking about a gun and let go of the gun. But when they pulled his body back to pull back his arm to cuff him, there was no gun. There really wasn't. We just seen the video. So, to render vengeance upon my enemies, right, which you Jakes too, starting with Esau, Edom, and will reward them that hate me, right? And you Jakes, you hate the Most High. You hate righteousness. You hate the Most High. And I will make my arrows, right, the ICBM missiles. But like I said, ultimately, it's all these things: the wild beast, the fowl of the air, the air, right? When there's going to be disease and pestilence that you could just, and now you cough and can't breathe, and hey man, got the sniffles and just from the air. Hey, Esau's going to do some wild things because Esau's the Lord's sword, right? Esau's the Lord's arrows, right? Everything, because he's the guy. He's God. He's control everything. It says, and I will make my arrows drunk with blood, right? Hey, a lot of people gonna die, and my sword shall devour flesh, right? A lot of people are gonna die, and devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captives, right? This you Israelite, you're captives. You're in this prison. You look at the White House. The White House is nothing but a big freaking slave house, man. That's Massa's house. It's built like a plantation. It's a plantation house, the White House. Look at it. You're still captive here. From the beginning of revenge upon my enemies. Beginning of revenges upon my enemies. Hey, and the Lord is the Lord is gonna get 2/3 of you Jakes, man. Yeah, so this is Job chapter 5, verse 16. So the poor, right? You so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you're the poor, man. Right? You're in the ghettos, the barrios, the reservations. The police can just pull you over, shoot you down, say it's because of a seatbelt. Stop. The lady, we watched the video, they didn't say nothing about a seatbelt. They just kept trying to tell him, roll down the window, open the door. He didn't really want to do that, but he was probably thinking, let me just hold on or open the door or doing whatever until something else happened, because he felt like they were going to shoot him. But then not doing that caused him to shoot him. So you basically, you can't win. You're the poor. But so the poor have a hope, right? Which is Yahweh, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is our hope. The ways and the laws of this Bible, right, is our hope, right? The Lord said, agree with your adversary quickly. Like if he would have did that, maybe he'll be alive. Or maybe he really had something to hide. I don't know. But these are the things to Jacob's trouble, right? And iniquity stoppeth her mouth, right? So, hey, when you mean we all have done things worthy of death. But the Lord said, hey, we have hope in him, and he will make iniquity stop her mouth. Will not basically cause judgment to come upon you, right? Because it says your sins shall be a witness against you, right? So the Lord allowed it to shut its mouth upon the elect, or upon the men that follow Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Happy, behold, which means feature eyes, look, pay attention. Happy is the man whom the power Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai corrective, right? Correctives, right? You get corrected, right? Correctives. Therefore, despise not thus the chastening of the Almighty, right? The punishments that we get, right? It seems like you're going through a hard time. It's, dang, why is this? Why is that? It seems like, dang, just when it look like I'm coming up, I got to put some money in my car. Or just look like when everything's going good, I argue with my lady. Just when everything's going good, I don't know, I get written up at work. Just like when everything going good, I argue with one of the brothers at the camp or something. I didn't want any of that to happen. I don't want to argue with my brother. I don't want to get in trouble at work. I don't want to argue with my wife. Right? You don't want any of these things to happen. But you got to stick to it because the Lord is probably trying to show you something, man. Stick to it. And you be like, okay, the Lord was showing me, hey, look, though you were going through that thing, you kept focusing on me. And look, everything. Now they say, oh, you know what? Hey, we found out that such at work, hey, that wasn't really even you. Or it was you, but you know what? Don't even worry about it because something else came and actually made that situation even better than that. So don't worry about it. Like, you know, the Lord will make something happen for you. You know what I mean? So you can't despise the chastening of the Almighty Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. For he maketh sore and bindeth up, right? So he can make you wound you or make you sore, right? Or he could bind you up, man, heal you back up, make everything good. He woundeth and his hand maketh whole, right? The Lord gonna make us whole. Whether it is in right now or in the next life to come. But either way it go, the Lord is finna make us whole, man. Everything's finna be good real soon. Right? We almost out of here. He shall deliver thee in 6 trouble. See, and we coming to that 6 trouble. We coming to the time of Jacob's trouble, man. We in the 6th trumpet, about to be in that and that 7th trumpet. Hey, we should be in the chariots, right? And in the 7th, yeah, there shall no evil touch you. See, you're gonna be in the chariots, man. Right? In famine, he shall redeem thee, right? See, there's time coming that there's going to be famine, right? Jacob's trouble is going to have a lot of famine. And from death and in war, right? Because there's going to be a lot of race wars, right? Class wars, right? Rich against the poor, black against the white, the black, Hispanic, and Native Indians against the whites, right? Because the Lord said for us to raise up the sons of Greece against the sons of Jacob, right? So it's going to be a major thing where the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are going to come against these Edomites, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, right? So it's that time has to come at some point in time, right? From the power of the sword, right? Which is, hey, Esau is the Lord's sword, man, on the left-hand side. Hey, but like I said, ultimately the ICB missiles, but everything, famine, death, pestilence, wild beasts, those are all the Lord's sword, and by means of the way the Lord could kill you, man. The Lord, he just said it. I kill it, I make it alive, man. I wound, I heal. You know what I mean? Hey, it's nothing for the Lord, right? But he said I could control that. I could save you. I could redeem you from the power of the sword. thus shall be hidden from the scourges of the tongue, right? Because Esau, the accuser of the brethren, he's gonna accuse us. He's gonna when the Lord give them the opportunity that they're gonna say whatever they're gonna say in order to try to come against Israel, right? Gonna be like madmen sparing none, them that fear the Lord, right? They're gonna use that by using their tongue, by using being the accuser of the brethren, right? The false lies, right? False accuser. Neither shall thus be afraid of the destruction when it cometh, right? Hey, and it's all finna come, right? Jacob's trouble is coming around the corner, right? Yeah, so this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation. See, we're coming to the time that salvation is at hand, right? The Lord is coming to deliver his elect, and strength and the kingdom of our power, Yahweh Basham Yahushai Basham Rakakadash, right? The power of his Hamashiach for the accuser, right, of the brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power, Yahweh Basham Yahushai Basham Rakakadash, day and night, right? An accuser meaning devil or false accuser, Satan, right? Right, so here it is, in the blue letter, transliteration, or transliterate, right? The accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accuse them before our power, which is Yahweh, the Most High, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, night and day, right? Which is his son. And then you got there's two of them, actually, two accusers, right? It's two ways that you could say accuse.
Strong's G 2723. Categareo. Categareo.
Right? Categoreo, which is another way of saying categorize, which that's what they do. Whether you're a Christian, Muslim, what else they do? Whether you're Christian, Muslim, a radical this or a radical that, they put you in a categorizes you, and it right categorial, right? Categorize you so they can have a narrative about you, right? Right? To accuse, before a judge, right? Before a judge, to make an allegation, right? And that's ultimately what they're gonna do. False allegations. Depending on some people, they might be real allegations, but for the most part, we know for the elect, the men of the Lord, there's going to be false allegations that they're going to do of an extra judicial, right, accusation, right? You know what I'm saying? They do this before the world, and most of their accusations be of false accusations or unjust laws and things written, right? But then you have a another one of accuser, right? Okay, I'll make sure I hit this thing again. Slack. Let me make sure I hit that again, so that way I do it right. And this is accuser also, but
Strong's G 2725. Categoras. Categoras.
Kategaras.
Thayer's Lexicon, related entry. Kategor. Kategor.
Right, kind of going into that same thing of categorio, but kategor or kategas, right? But then it kind of gives you a little bit more. An accuser or a name given to the devil, right? Accuser, right? They say that to the devil by rabbis, right? Which by the true men of the Lord, not these false so-called rabbis, the true men of the Lord. We know that the devil just means Satan, and Satan goes into the word adversary, right? Which we have our adversary, upon the earth, right? Because there's really no competition between the spirit and us, right? The spirit world will win, but that's why you have to be on the righteous side of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, so that way you win through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But on your own, fighting against the spiritual demon Satan is be like null and void. You cannot beat that on your own. That's why you always have to move within the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? But your physical counterpart, the physical counterpart of Satan, which is the so-called white man, right, which is your adversary upon earth, right? You have a spiritual adversary, right, which you need the Most High, upon which we need the Most High for I guess, for all our adversaries, whether spiritual or physical, right? I guess we gotta get that right, But yeah, because that's letting you know that it's talking about Satan. And then when you go into the word Satan, I don't know if it's in, I don't think it's in this one. It's on the other one, because it goes right here. I think it's the devil, right, which means accuser, right? It just told you that accuser. It goes into a word devil. It should come now. Well, maybe it's in that one, just to show it real quick. See if it give us a little bit of a better understanding. Devil.
Strong's G1228. Diabolos. Diabolos.
Yeah, see? Diabolos, right? See? And it does, it gives you, see? False accuser. Right? False accuser, slanderer. Right? Did give you a little bit more. Diabolos, which is the devil. Let's see if it gives us a little bit more. Part of the devil, devil's side, false accuser, slanderer. Satan, right? Let's see if it gives us something. Ugh, god dang. Cross, send over. Yeah, no. I was trying to go into, because there's one that just basically, it just shows you that Satan, basically, see that it goes into that, and it shows you that Satan just basically means adversary, right? And we yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it goes. It just means it means accuser, false accuser. It also means Satan. Oh, right there. It should have been okay. Duh. Okay, my bad. Okay, Satan. There it is. I know I've seen one. Satan.
Strong's G 4567. Satanas.
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 Thayer's lexicon. Satan. Satan.
Yeah, Shaitan, right? Which normally they do that in the Arabic, which is basically another like a dialect of the Hebrew. Yeah, so Shaitan, which adversary, right? I mean, plain and simple, adversary, one who opposes you. So Satan just means adversary. Devil just means false accuser, right? And the spiritual demon Satan is not on the earth walking around, oh, look at him and look at him, let me falsely accuse him. No, he's using the self-proclaimed so-called white man who has control of what? The media, the movies, all the things that give you a narrative about so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, and especially so-called black men, because why? We look the most like the power, like the Most High, like Yahweh Shai, right? Which we all going to in the kingdom. Yeah, so this is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, right, means, alas, like finally, for the day is great, right? It's going to be a great day, right? So that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh, right? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai of hosts, which means armies, right? And everything's the Lord's armies. He can use any living thing or thing that's not living, right? Like a missile, like the ICBM missiles. Those things are not living, breathing things, but the Lord said his spirit shall be, you know what I mean? He's going to pour out his spirit upon those swords, right? Those ICBM missiles, right? So there ain't a way you can get away from the Most High. He's the Lord Yahweh, right? He is the host. He is the army, or he is God. He is the power. He is the air. He is just existence, right? Everything that exists is him, is of him, from his spirit, the Father of spirits, right? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, right? And so Esau's yoke is going to be broken off our neck. But first we got to go through this Jacob's trouble, which that's what Apostle Hart coined this year, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. And it's looking very good at this time that this young man has been shot down in Chicago. And there's going to be much more like this, many things like this. And it's going to spill out. And then, it ain't no coming back. There ain't going to be no George Floyd and then everything go back to normal. That's not going to happen again. This time, when this thing happen, it's going to be continuous, right? And I will burst thy bonds, and strangers, right? These other nations, right? You heathen shall no more serve, right? We're never going to be slave under Moab and Ammon and Elam and Ham and especially Esau. No more being your slaves, right? Themselves of them, right? You're not gonna have us as a subjection under you ever again. We're gonna be ruling, but we got to go through this Jacob's trouble, which we need you to shoot more Jakes, right? You think it's a rite of passage or whatever? Hey, maybe it might be, because that's gonna bring forth the kingdom, right? So call Lawyim Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakal Kadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. Salutations to the Akim and the Four Winds, preaching the truth and sincerity. Oh yeah, the elder bishops, the Akim and the Four Winds, preaching the truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever. The hopeful elect, the elect, Shalom, to the Israelite foreigners who phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom To you sisters, you Akhwathium who listen, learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence, and a Baba Ball.